Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you?
Hey!
You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look how they campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah!
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job, then you fire them. Because you're in control. From the city to the state to Congress to the president. You run this.
Hey, this is Jerry Williams at Flat Talk Labor again. And got a lot of things I want to talk to you about. First thing off the bat, we're going to talk about how we feel and what we should be doing when people take things from us. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that. I see people, especially African Americans, too many times we just allow these things to happen. It's always, well, there's nothing we can do. I know we was down in Mississippi not too long ago, and my wife told the young lady, listen, wow, look, they got that Mississippi flag. I mean, that Confederate flag sitting there, you know. She said, well, it's all good. How's it all good when they was trying to keep you, mama and your great-grandmama and all of them in slavery, you know? You should stand up and say, well, yeah, it's not all good. You might not be able to stop it, but don't say it's all good. It means that I accept it. I'm still on my knees, you know. We do that a lot. And with things that we're entitled to, like, for instance, with tax dollars, we allow people to take our money and just do what they want to do. Now, that's not just African Americans. That's both African Americans, white, a lot of the people in the country. What I mean by that is that we elect people to office. We tell them what we want them to do. When they're running for office, we tell them, look, when you get down there, we want to make sure you take care of roads, make sure you have take care of our infrastructure and things like that. Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will, sir. And want to make sure we take care of our babies, our children, make sure they got health care. Oh, don't worry about it. We will. We'll take care of that. And our elderly, we want to make sure that we preserve the Social Security and the Medicare that we provide with our tax dollars. Oh, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And a lot of other things we talk about. And they swear they're going to do it. And once they get down there, it's like we come back, look, we want to take it. Look, we need to cut Social Security. What do you mean cut Social Security? Well, because it's hurting the debt. And no, it's not hurting the debt. What's hurting the debt is you giving our money to these big oligarchs. Oh no, see, we give money to, the reason why we cutting the taxes for the rich is because they're going to make some jobs for you. And they're going to really just all going to trickle down to you. I know better, you know better, and everybody around you know better than that, but they tell you that. And some people, well, there ain't nothing we can do about it. Those people I want to hit upside the head. Now, some other people are so stupid until they tell them, well, we're going to take care of all those Negroes and those Hispanics and all those people, you know, we're going to, and those educated whites and those gays and all those, and they believe it. They're stupid, but they believe it. This is your money. Let me tell you something. All you so-called, what do you call yourselves, skitheads or Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation or whatever, you're just a bunch of hillbillies. But anyway, even you, it doesn't matter how you feel about me. And it probably don't matter how I feel about you. But when you got somebody taking both of our money while we acting the damn fool, we are fools. We are fools. Well, you're a fool, because my thing is I know what's happening. You don't. You can't fill my head with enough hate to tell that I don't know what's happening. I'm going to keep my eyes open. But you let these things happen in America, and then you turn around and say, I don't know what what are we going to do? Why are we broke like this? And it must be these Hispanics. And, you're nuts. You're nuts. Just had to get that off my chest, because it's been bugging me when I see things going on. I'm like, wow, can this be true? Are they really, really that damn naive that they don't know any better? Look, when it comes time to elections, examine these people. I'm going to keep telling you until it gets through your head. I've done this and it's worked before. Examine these people. If they don't satisfy what you do, what you want, kick them out. Whatever your thing is. If you think they should buy a bunch of frogs because you live in Tennessee and they're not buying those frogs in your tax dollars, then you make them do what they do. Okay? But I'm not going to stay on that because we got too many things we want to talk about. We got a lot of stuff going on. Want to make sure our guys are aware that here in Chicago, that the coalition, the Pensioners Coalition, is going strong, and it's going to be a meeting this month, and you're going to be brought up to date on a lot of things, but only you will be brought up to date on it if you are a member of the coalition. But I'll get back to you on that. Okay, I'm going to take a break right now, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you about something that's really, really important. You're going to really it's going to be something that you really, really, really want to probably jump in and be a part of. So we'll be right back.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength and Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
Okay, we're back. I like to give, when we take breaks, I like to give it to people that are concerned about the human race and the society. This is one of the things you'll see a lot of times with the commercials that we have, just so you know where we're coming from, okay? But let's go here. I've been talking to you about the Me Too movement. A lot of ladies accusing people of doing a lot of things, and I know that the biggest majority of them are telling the truth, and I'm with them 130%. I really am. But there are a few that are out to get what they can get, and they're going to screw it up for a lot of people. Now, I'm not talking about this subject that I'm about to give to you right now necessarily. But I was looking in the media just the other day, and there's a show that's being put together in California, and it's called a girls only show. They are going. It's called Girls Only Show. Now I don't know if it's called War on Men or whatever, but it's a girls only show. You can't come in if you're a man. I think that's nuts. I really think that's nuts. Because you got a lot of men that support you. But you want to play that little game, and it's going to backfire. Now, you got a gentleman in California that filed a lawsuit against the show. Now, a lot of people at first said it's not going to go anywhere, but it's starting to get some steam. And it's going to be getting steam and steam and steam. Even when they started to film the movie Wonder Woman, and they were talking about they only wanted women, to try out for the part, which I agree, because I don't want to see no man talking about he's Wonder Woman, okay? But the guy put a lawsuit in because he said it was discriminating against him. He should have a right to apply for that job too. And actually, he should have a right. I'm gonna be honest with you now. In my opinion, he should have a right to apply for the job. But whoever's casting that movie, just kick him out or you don't fit. That's the way you do that. Don't say you can't apply. You can apply, but I think that they'll say, I'm not gonna waste my time. Well, you need to waste your time with them. Because if you say, we're going to do a play and it's men's only, and we don't want no women anywhere around, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. So don't go too far with this. That pendulum is swung this way, which is great. I'm glad that it did, because you got a lot of men that take advantage of women simply because they're in power. But don't take it too far. I mean, if they do anything to you, please turn them in. You know, if you could take them to court, take them to court. And this stuff about you're afraid to speak up, you know, I understand you might have been afraid to speak up back then. Back in that day, that did happen. Women were afraid to speak up, and I'm glad to see you coming out now, you know, because I can't stand those suckers that do that kind of stuff. I've seen it happen before. You know, they made a lot of they made a lot of money off of Hugh Hefner, and his thing was he treated women like objects, you know. And back in the day, you know, I thought it was cool. You know, Playboy After Dark, you know, I thought that all that stuff was cool, man. You know, but times change, people change, habits change, and it's changing. So we just got to understand that, you know, men, we have to understand it is changing, but don't push us too far. Now, don't go saying, you know, you can't come to this, and I'm a woman, but I'm coming to yours, and you can't come to mine, and, you know, because I was, you know, I see a lot of stuff going on that I question. Men in Texas were similarly offended in May when the casting was done for Wonder Woman, and they tried to file a lawsuit. And women that tell lies, you're gonna make it hard for the women that's telling the truth. I can't tell y'all to stop telling lies because you're trying to make money, and money is like greed, man. And you're gonna do that. So I'm gonna get off of that because I don't want to stay on too much, and don't want nobody coming saying, "Well, look at Jerry, he's a feminist, and nobody fights for women's rights. No man, nobody does it more than I do. I've been doing it a long time. I didn't just start doing this. Okay, let's take a break, and gonna come right back and give you some more. Okay.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're so...
Life is passing by so fast. Say
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Well, we're back. Let's talk about something that's very, very interesting. So-called white supremacy. Have you noticed lately these boys that call themselves white supremacists are starting to murder policemen now? Yeah. They're starting to murder policemen now. You had one it's been going on. You had one recently, just a couple of days ago. Shot and killed a policeman. Shot 4 other policemen. He don't know why. He just got when they shot and killed him. Oh, forget his name. Doesn't matter. Some little white young dude that they filled his head with a bunch of garbage. And you go pick it up on your media. And now they're starting to kill policemen. My thing is this. I've been talking to these people about guns and letting these fools have their guns. The guys that's selling the guns to them like, no, let them have the guns because they're going to start killing you too. You know, that's the way it works. They're going to start killing you too. So I have no problem with it. I do have a problem with people killing people. Don't get me wrong. But I don't have no problem with you giving them guns if that's what you want to do. You know, that's, you say, hey, First Amendment. I have a right, a Second Amendment, I'm sorry. I have a right to have a gun. And I have a right to have a cannon. And I have a right to have an AK-47. You all are nuts. You all are nuts. Now I saw a sister, which I don't look at, a lot of things on Facebook. I do watch Facebook because it's very interesting sometimes. Saw a little young sister with AK-47 and she had a little bathing suit on. And said, what is wrong with you, sweetheart? Why are you holding the AK-47 with your little bathing suit on? And you probably got a couple of babies somewhere. If you don't, you probably need to have a job in school. But you running around there with a gun. Does it make you feel big? That you can murder somebody or kill somebody? And this girl was an African-American girl. And if you see one African-American girl, you're going to find about 500 Caucasians doing the same thing. And it's gotten to be a business now. I've gotten involved with some of that. Went to some of the training just to see what they're doing. I went to some of the shooting ranges and stuff. Hung out, talked with these guys, And some of them are not bad people, Some of them are the people at the driving range, the shooting range. They're not, when I say driving range, I love golf, right? But at the shooting range, they're not bad people. Sitting chatting with some of them. One guy was coming showing me how to shoot and all that stuff. But just had a chat with him. I asked him about some of the weapons that he had. Man, this guy, the way he talks, his house is stocked. I said, well, why do you have all those guns, man? I said, you can't shoot but one at a time, or maybe two. Well, you never know. Never know what? He couldn't explain. He couldn't explain to me. But we still sit down and talk and drink some coffee and stuff. I'm like, okay. Then I talked to another one. And this one told me, hey, you need to talk to Jimmy, old man, because he's the one that can really shoot, Jerry. And, blah, blah, blah. So I went to talk to Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, wow, what's up, man? I said, how can I learn how to shoot as good as you? I never seen him shoot, but the guy said he could shoot. How do I learn to shoot as good as you? Oh, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I said, oh, not me, man. I learn fast. Oh, yeah, it's going to take some time. Oh, so you think so, huh? I said, I think I can learn pretty. In other words, just to get the conversation going. And you get inside these people's head, you're going to find out that they're not bad people, but they've just been misled. I found out that 40% of the, 60, they said, and this is, you can look this up yourself, 60% of the information that's garnered by the red states, they get from Fox. They don't look at nothing but Fox, 60% of them. So if they look at Fox, they believe this. They honest to God, this is the truth to them. They believe this garbage, So you got to infiltrate these people's heads, infiltrate their minds. And it's going to take some work. It's going to take some work, but you can do it. But I want you all to realize the biggest thing you got to do, register to vote if you're not. Don't sit on your butt. Take a tip from Alabama. Those people sat on their butts the first time around, didn't do nothing. But when they ran this idiot, they got up and said, oh, hell no. And they got up and started voting. Look what happened. You run this country, America. You run it, not these clowns. And don't fear the fact that this orange guy got in there, because these 30% of haters have been in America since 1920s. They never left. They're not going to leave. 30%. But they got their hands on the White House by putting one of their people in there, disguised as a good guy that everybody loves him. He just say what he just feels. They found out he was stupid. say just what he feels, but he also found that he's a racist. So you got to stay on your P's and Q's. Be ready to go vote. That's how you kill Dracula. There's only one way to kill him. That's the silver bullet. Vote. Okay, we're gonna come back and we'll be talking about something I think that you probably gonna have a little fun with. Okay, we'll be right back. We're back, and I just want to add one more thing to the police shootings. You got out in California this guy called the SWAT team and had him to go to this individual's house and told him that said he killed his mom and daddy, gonna set the house on fire and all that stuff, right? Guy walks outside the door, cops shoot him. This is white guys now. Cops shoots him and stuff, and this family is really, really pissed off. Guess what? Y'all starting to feel what we feel now. You understand what we're saying? If you're a policeman, you can't be that afraid that you got to shoot first. This man didn't have no gun. He didn't have nothing to threaten you. Why didn't you try to talk to him? I don't want to see him kill anybody, black or white, like that. If you're that afraid, you shouldn't be on the SWAT team. You're so afraid, you shouldn't be on the SWAT team. I mean, and this is ongoing. I think it's going to be pretty nasty. But you got some little clown. He said that, well, you can't charge me with murder. Really, they can't charge him. He said, I didn't pull the trigger. This guy did. I said, damn. These guys are bold, man. Are they going crazy? Have they gone crazy? Yeah, I guess so. I just talking with my videographer. We were talking about the Chicago Bulls, and how they've been winning lately. And I think that they're going to suspend some of those guys for winning, because that's not what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to just run around there and look stupid. They've been on win streak. I noticed the other night, 2 nights in a row now, they had the game wrapped up. And the coach decided not to put the guys in there that was wrapping it up. I'm like, wait a minute now. I've been cheering for you, Harburg. Been cheering for you. Now don't let. And I've been telling people they're crazy. Don't tell no lie. Don't go in and lie on the people talking about that they are trying to lose the games, and But you're starting to make me believe now. So let these guys play, man. I love the Bulls. Let them play. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. Okay, let's get back to business. I got one more piece here, and that's with our friend, what's his name, the orange guy in the White House. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this guy is the biggest liar in the world, and that's according to a conservative newspaper, Washington Post. Listen to this. In their column, they said that Donald Trump has made 1,950 false or misleading claims over 337 days in office. Go and look that up on the Washington Post. I mean, this is ridiculous for a president of the United States of America. And then you get people on there you shouldn't talk about our president like this. Man, I talk about his daddy and his mama, the way this man is carrying on. we got to stop it. And you know how we're going to stop it, right? We're going to go to the polls. We're going to vote. We're going to vote the best candidate in. One other thing I want to say to Democrats. Please, if you're talking to me, and people won't do that to me. I see them doing it on other shows, and they won't do it to me, but you feel free to do it. If you're talking to me about Democrat, Republican, and all that, and you come to me about Hillary Clinton, well, you know, we shouldn't, see, because she made a mistake, and she didn't do this, and she didn't do that. That woman did more for this country than anybody else that I know that was never president. To me, there was only one reason that this person was not president of the United States, and it was because she is a female. And all you females running around here talking about Me Too, 53% of you voted for Donald Trump. So I'm sick of you. You know, 53% of you voted for Donald Trump, but you're running around here talking about Me Too. Hard for me to swallow that. You had the person that was most qualified, more qualified than any other person that ran for president in modern time. You can't name me a president that was more qualified than this lady to run for president. And they use this excuse. This is how they divide you up, Democrats. See, Bernie Sanders, he was progressive and she wasn't. And yes, she was. Bernie Sanders is the reason why we don't have a Democratic president today. I don't know, you know, I don't have anything personal against the man. I just think that he screwed everything up. He screwed everything up. So, but I'm not hating on him. Got a right to get out there and do what he want to do. But don't come telling me Bernie Sanders anything. But the thing is, you as Democrats, you got to get over that old I, me, and see, my group, we are Bernie Burns, or whatever you call it. And then you got the Hillary Clinton group, and you got a couple of other little groups out there. You got to stay together. Let these people divide you. So that's what happened in that election. And you allow these people to take this lady, even though she got way more votes, American votes, and this. Do you understand what this electoral vote, the Electoral College was all about? It was to please the slave owners. It was put in the Constitution to appease the slave owners. Honest to God, it was. Read it. Go and look it up. Why? And this is how I went. Why the Electoral College? It'll tell you. History will tell you. It was put in to please the slave owners. So it has no real significance other than to give a state that has 300,000 people the right to vote on stuff that affects a state that has 30 million people. That's the only reason that happened. So, hey, get together, get your head together, and see what you can do about getting these people out of there. And now, I'm not going to take up a lot of time. Next week, we're going to have a guest on that. A couple of guests that are very, very, very professional entertainers. They are some of the top people, in the Midwest, for sure. A couple of young ladies. I'm going to let you guess at that. And we're going to get ready to leave here. And what I want you to do is think about this. I want you to think about whatever happened to our guy from the Little Rascals. We're going to see if we can't deliver that for you, okay? All right, we'll see you again next week at Talk Labor. Until then, keep on talking. Don't be afraid to, and don't bury your head in the sand. We're always here to lend a voice. See you next week.